Half a day and welcome back to True Plays the Beginner's Guide. Let's hop right into lecture. September '09. What was I doing in September '09? Items you love at members only
gets
prices.
A bit goofy.
I'm down with that. Why did you come here today? I can't get out of the chair. Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. The workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a much better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. The question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy. It is so
About
easy.
halfway through the game, the perspective
Being perfect
shifts.
is effortless. Kids should not follow their dreams.
And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh, nice. I still love you, it's just that you make me feel cold on the inside. If you're tortured, thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest and simplest path forward? There is no truth. There is no path. Holy shit, you guys, something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out! Everyone run! Run!
I felt pretty hard for this one.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human.
Oop.
I think about this game a lot these days.
I don't know what was it. January 2010. In 2010, I was working in the visual department.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Stage. Ah, stage. Let's go on stage. Oh wow. It's dark in here. Oh god! That scared me a lot more than some of the horror games I've been playing. Alright, this performance is beginning. Places, please, and the scene you're playing is me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in the chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Where is the bathroom? What are you doing? You're deflecting, you're not saying what's actually on your mind. Stop dancing around it and have a conversation with this person. Do it again. I like you. No. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will present the people nearby. Now talk to her again. What are some of the sacrifices you had to make? You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this. Everything was riding this. I didn't know they made noises. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Oh. Lamppost, you are my hero. We're leaving the lamppost. Whoa. Alright then. I guess we're just gonna keep walking down this long hallway. Okay, yes, this is working. This is what it was like.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself.
Oh, I was supposed to be facing this way when I walked backwards.
I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of disconnecting himself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
June 2010. June 2010, I was working at a front desk place. Mobius Strip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. My eyes are closed. Am I supposed to walk forward or something? Oh. I can't see anything either. Help, I'm blind!
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him.
Not
like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
I have to work harder.
Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
We're gonna be okay. Cool. 5 months, huh?
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out.
Eesh.
After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
December 2010, I turned 20. Ah, yes, my 20th birthday. That's so much fun. Karaoke. What is this? How did I get here? Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. Is this the tree? What's wrong? You look lost. When I tried to create, I feel empty. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. What? I can take you to it, but
If
there's a
the
problem.
last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now,
I can't
put
take you there,
yourself
but
in
there's a
my
problem.
shoes,
It's guarded by a
players.
difficult puzzle.
Here's a
If you can help me
friend
solve the
whose
puzzle,
work is
find the machine
exhibiting
deal.
signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet,
Deal.
still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it
Perfect.
anymore.
Come on.
Why? What
I'll
is
show
it
you.
for?
Why?
From my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his
This is
computer all
easy.
day, not really showing these games to anyone, not
Oh,
releasing
wonderful.
them onto the internet.
Can you tell me how to
And
do it?
so he didn't have anyone
First,
outside
you
of
press-
himself to connect with. He had no
First you have to-
outlet to ground himself on.
Okay, now what? Now you have to close the door. Ah, alright. What's next? Now just press the switch here. Ah, that was so simple.
You can't
Can't believe I never
talk
solved it before
yourself
this.
out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one
What is
writing
this?
both
What-
the
what is this,
questions
steel?
and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
There's no machine here. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Alright, making games is effortless. Ah, that feels so wonderful. But why did the walls just crumble? Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. It's easy, it never stops being easy. Yes, there is floating colored blocks.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like
Every time,
video games
or it's such
are
a
not
solution.
worth this amount of suffering.
Perfect.
This is
This
someone I
feels
really cared
fantastic.
about, and I used to get so much
I'm going to
joy out of
promise.
seeing him create. For him to suddenly
Patience.
become
You have to trust
angry
me.
and frustrated
I promise
like
this will work.
it was the worst thing
Please
for
continue.
me.
It always pays off eventually.
I don't
Yes,
know.
more. Keep
This
going.
is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
There's no game,
I
shame,
wanted
no
it to
giver, no
stop
guilt.
more than anything. I had never felt so rotten.
Incredible, that's it.
I needed more than I had
I'm free.
ever needed
I'm free.
anything for this to stop. But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Huh. May 2011. Like all that emotion just like waved over me. I forgot I was recording. Alright, guard. Ma'am, glad to see you arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be brutal. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Oh boy. Well, we get to see the machine. What will we do with it? Can you tell us? Oh boy.
And of course,
You stopped.
it's the machine.
Your work was keeping us alive. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you put them through? You have to admit to the people that you allowed them to suffer. Think carefully. I know how I know how to hurt you. Alright then, I'll speak to them for you. My friends. My friends! I have a troubling revelation. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Let us pay it retribution. Follow me. We will destroy everything that the machine has created. Oh boy. Oh boy. Coda, I'll make sure you are known forever. Isn't that what you're scared of? Exposed to the views of others every day forever, seen in naked clarity?
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for it? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Even the safe space? Not the safe space. Oh, it fell through.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Put down your weapon. I can't control anything. I have to.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy. So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Alright. It's kind of heavy. The Tower. Alright.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
It's got a very ominous atmosphere. Like something's about to happen.
This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Ah, thank you. Not looking forward to that wall.
And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Oh, that is not the number I chose. Okay, 1516. If I would have guessed that correctly and then not won the lottery, I would be sorely upset. Like, that's the thing that I... 2! Ah! I guess I'm pressing it like that. Boom, shakalaka. Nice. Wonder what alarm's at the top.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time. And as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
I've seen that a few times.
And he wouldn't.
There's a purple light up there.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up?
Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you
I'm
not
the
to speak
reason
to
that
me
you stopped
anymore.
making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
I wonder at
I don't
times
think I
whether you
ever
think
told
I
you
am making
this,
these games for you.
but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
You so infected my personal space that it's possible I
And
begin to
the
plant
people
solutions in
who
my work
played
somewhere
them,
hidden between games.
they treated me like I was
If there was an
important.
answer or meaning, would it make you
They
any
really
happier?
listened and cared about
Would you
what
stop
I
talking in
had to
games and showing
say.
them to people against my wishes?
Even though I was showing your work,
Giving them something that is not yours to give,
I felt
violating the one
good
boundary that
about
keeps me
myself.
safe?
Finally,
Would you stop
for a
changing my games?
moment,
Stop
while I
adding
had that,
lampposts to them?
I liked myself.
Would you simply let them
And
be
then
what
you
they are?
stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show
When I'm
people.
around you, I feel physically ill.
I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all.
That
Nothing.
you desperately need
Less
something
than
that
nothing.
I cannot give it to you and personally do not
What does
have it.
that mean?
Struggling is coming up with these new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are
I'm
wrestling.
afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
When you feelingly see what I am talking about, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Wow. Epilogue. Whew. Gotta keep moving through. Oh, the train.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. solution. Solution, solution.
Oh, that's interesting. Smooth transition.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
It was a long walk. Give me some time to think and reflect. It's pretty rough, man. I definitely
If I
see.
knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Yeah, I can definitely see where Coda's
What
coming
now?
from. It's kind of how I feel about this YouTube channel. It's not a lot of growth on
I
it,
think I need to go.
but I'm happy doing what I do.
I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Is this the first level again? Oh, no, it's just more walking around. Click. Click. Walking through these doors here. It's yeah, it's, just it's hard to talk because I'm processing the story at the same time that I'm recording this. Oh boy, we're jumping in the prison. I kind of had an idea what beginner's guide was before I jumped into this. This is not what I was expecting at all. Whew. The beginner's guide. It's it's tough to think about, you know. Like, I hope. I mean, what David did. I mean, I can understand that creating a rift. You know, you had broken this trust boundary at the same time, and if you were friends, you have to be able. You have to. I don't know. You should try and work on building the bridge back together.
said, let me prove that I'm brave. Let me keep going. But the cave goes for
Alright, well, that was the beginner's guide. Like I talked into a little bit earlier. This is a very interesting game. And again, another game that I'm very happy that I got to play through. This is a game that I wanted to play. And I heard things of the game like, oh, it's not if you're looking for Stanley's Parable, this isn't what you're going for, but I had some faith in the developer to see what this game was about, at least, because I very enjoyed Stanley's Parable. And I enjoyed this experience. It's tough when you have that type of divide between two former friends, and I hope that one day they're able to bring it all back together, but sometimes you just can't. But he's trying. That's what's really important in the end, right? But yeah, that was the beginner's guide. Please like and subscribe and all that other. I'm just gonna cut that out. That was the beginner's guide. Thank you for watching, and we'll chat later.